Hi, I'm Anthony O'Flynn. May 2017 has so far seen a dramatic escalation of very powerful, subtle energy being accessible to each and every one of us, that we have the opportunity to accelerate our awakening with the current grace, the current energetic time frame we're on in terms of embodying and accumulating this beneficial subtle energy in our aura and using it to propel our spiritual evolution to connect with more elevated states of mind while simultaneously purifying and eliminating lower states of consciousness. It's been quite a dramatic increase of this energy, particularly accumulated in the crown, in Sahasrara, the crown chakra. This energy is basically descending from above and accumulating here in a very powerful way. It's currently oscillating and it's not moving in a linear way. There's also the energy giving a very powerful activation of the heart, of Anahata chakra, the heart chakra, and this is happening pretty much spontaneously. Of course, any efforts that we're making simultaneously enhance and deepen this process, but now basically our process is accelerating, but this energy is not coming in a linear fashion, and by that I mean it's powerful in May currently, but that does not mean that it will go to the next level in June. We're in a flux. This whole vibrational shift, this transition that we're going through is very fragile, but it is not happening in a linear progression that we would experience in terms of our orthodox linear experience of time. So basically, now is the opportunity to take advantage of this powerful energy, this subtle energy, because it is what's determining our physical reality. Many people are seeking change, are seeking transformation, are seeking a more harmonious way of living on the planet. But it's the subtle reality that actually creates the physical reality. So we need to change something in our consciousness, in our emotional state first, because the physical world will be the last thing to change. Conversely, for example, this works in terms of illness, that an illness or chronic illness will show up first in the subtle bodies, in the astral body, in the pranic body, before it manifests in the physical body. So for this reason, many people are simply focusing on the physical dimension, the physical plane, looking at the shift, particularly in recent events, in a negative light. But the reality is, in an expanded version of what's actually happening, there's a lot of beneficial energy that is coming in that can create a lot of peace, a lot of harmony, a lot of balance, a lot of inner stability, and we can prosper in our inner landscape. Now, recent global events, many people would suggest that that's not actually the case. There is this chaos, turmoil that's continuing at a planetary level. Yes, that's exactly what is happening. That's the divine plan, in essence, that things are becoming more polarized. In essence, the light is becoming more visible, more apparent, more easy to connect to, but then there is also the presence of the darkness, which is also intensifying. So we're having this polarity that is becoming more and more apparent. As more and more people wake up, we see the dichotomy, this connection or this understanding of the light, this awakening process that many people are going through, and also the darkness with the agenda that is being played out on the global stage currently, which is part of the Kali Yuga, which is the current age that we're in the Vedic understanding, the age of darkness, the Iron Age, as we transition into the golden age of man, the Satya Age, the most elevated form of consciousness. This process we're in now is why the turmoil is becoming more apparent, because as people wake up, that they can see the darkness and the dark forces and the agenda being played out. So our response to what is going on globally, our inner response, is critical, because obviously the action that many people are taking are contributing to create greater harmony, more peaceful, more loving, compassionate way of living. It's the form of consciousness that we bring to those actions that is highly relevant. Because if we respond with anger, if we respond with fear, if we respond with frustration, sadness, or despair, then that's exactly what the dark forces want. they want us to play into this lowering the vibration, lowering the energy of the collective, so that this awakening process is stalled or inhibited, or even, as their intentions are, to completely derail it. So when we connect with an empowered state of courage, taking action from a place of courage, of dynamism, of compassion, of love, we're able to make real influence, because we're coming at it from a higher state of consciousness. But if we act from a place of fear, of anger, of hatred, then we're contributing this to the collective. Now, we may not be able to contribute to or stop these events at a world scale, but we are responsible for our own inner landscape, our own inner reality, and that's where our power is, to contribute to the collective in a conscious way, to try to manifest and assist the collective at a subtle level with the vibrations, with the frequency of love, of compassion, and all the wonderful things that we're all longing for to experience more at a planetary level. So our role really in this awakening, this process of the light coming into the planet, is to be open to receive. And then we give ourselves the best shot to be able to purify, to cleanse, open the nadis, the energetic body, and then be able to embody this consciousness and become aligned with the cosmic plan, with the divine plan, as we shift into this exalted reality, into this higher state of consciousness, the awakening. Many people are calling it different things, but it's critical for us that we hold the vision and trust the process, because this will be played out in time. You'll see that the forces of light will become strong, more apparent in us individually and also at a collective level. So it's not an easy time, but it's a time of challenge, great change. It's what we actually incarnated to experience, this shift, to come and contribute, help with the shift, and it's really part of the whole process, that before we can solve the problems at a planetary level, first we have to know what they are, what the agenda is, who's carrying out this agenda, and then we can begin to bring the light to this darkness, to become ultimately more enlightened. If you're watching this, you are the shift.